This is a Local 24 breaking news alert.
Welcome back. We do interrupt your regularly scheduled programming. Right now, we have been observing this rally, which may be becoming a protest right now involving this march against some of the violence against African-American men that we've seen in recent days by law enforcement. We are going out to Brad Broders Live. We've understood they did not, the group turned from the interstate, and it appears that they are now on the I-40 bridge. Is that where they are? Can you tell us where they are right now?
Yes, Brandon and Katina, as I just told you all a second ago, they were on Front Street going south. Now they have gotten on the ramp. Now, traditionally, the eastbound ramp from 40 back over. I'm going to take a step. This is just really just an unbelievable picture right now. They are now crossing the bridge. This is just a surreal scene right now. I would venture to say that 500 people, if not more, are on the bridge right now. Police are trying to get on the bridge. We saw one car go past. So this is, a very complex situation, because we're talking about hundreds of people walking on an interstate bridge across the Mississippi River. And Kenan, if you just want to kind of show me right there, as you can see, look at these people. There are police officers, but trying to block this bridge. But right now, as you can see, these people are just coming on. Again, this is the bridge that normally would be eastbound if you're coming from Arkansas over into Tennessee. This is normally the bridge where there would be cars and traffic right next to the convention center. This is just a sense of it, but here's the problem right now, Brandon and Katina. There are, I think, only about 5 or 6 cruisers right now ahead of 500 people. As you can see right now, this gives you kind of the visual of it right now. We're talking, so obviously, if they were to stop all of these folks who are walking across the street, they can't put them in cars, so there's going to be, and now, Kenan, if you wouldn't mind zooming into the very end of that right now, it appears that they have stopped. It appears, as you see, that truck is coming in the same direction. So this is just an unbelievable situation right now. You would hardly ever see this in your lifetime if you lived in Memphis your entire life. Just an unbelievable situation. We thought they were going to not get on over by the pyramid, and then they went on Front Street, so it appeared they were going to kind of go back to where they came from on Beale Street. But then, again, they came on. I don't know if traffic was on the other end of that coming in, but obviously right now there is no traffic, and again, hundreds
Brad, I'm
of
going to interrupt you just for a moment. We do have a better vantage point.
As you can see at the very end of that, there's a truck that's hardly able, because again, these folks are walking, they're walking westbound, and this traffic is heading eastbound. So this is going to be a very, and look, as you can already see, Ken, if you don't mind zooming in, look, you can already see traffic, obviously, understandably, already blocked. This is an unbelievable situation. And look, now you can see some more lights, possibly from Arkansas, coming over to assist right now, because they're coming east over the Mississippi River. So we're gonna, Kenan, if you don't mind, we're gonna walk a little bit right here and just kind of give you a sense, because right now, Brandon and Katina, this is.
But it's a peaceful protest.
Now what happened? It appears that the movement has sort of slowed down a little bit, Brandon and Katina, than where it was. But here's the problem, though. We still have hundreds of people right now on the Mississippi River bridge right now. Again, they are marching westbound in lanes where traffic is going eastbound. Brandon, that's the situation we have right now.
It appears, as people count, we're right. It looks to be about 100 to 150 folks that were still on that bridge. But Rawlings telling them, Memphis Police Interim Director Rawlings saying, you have to get off the bridge. This is dangerous. You cannot be there. But again, coming off and chanting as they were doing there on the bridge. I'm being told they were locking arms. Quite a few people before this big number were coming off. We saw them coming off in 3 and 4s, and they were all locking arms together and walking off the bridge. But you see what appears to be a very diverse crowd. You see black, you see white, you see Asian, you see all types of folks, and they say that's all a part of the message, that this is, that they are all in this together. and they want to make sure that everybody knows that Black Lives Matter. But again, everyone coming off, some still holding signs in the air, fist in the air. We do see officers, police officers, sheriff deputies in their riot gear following right behind them. They say it is time to shut this down. Just so you know, they are marching right now on Front Street. Now, Front Street in downtown Memphis has been shut down for quite some time. They have not let anybody near the bridge. So if you're coming anywhere near downtown Memphis and you try to get somewhere near Front Street, you haven't been able to get on. So there's no worries on that front, in that there isn't any traffic or any cars that has anything to do with this large amount of folks that are coming through. But again, while we have been told that it was a tense situation there on the bridge and that there was some yelling going on, and I know there were some people who did not want to come off that bridge, now things are different, and they had made the decision that time was to come down. They were promised a meeting with city leaders, the mayor, the police director. They want to sit down and talk and say, these are our grievances. This is what we want. This is what you want, what we want you to know, what we want you to hear us. Here are some of our complaints. They said, let's sit down at church. I believe there are 2 meetings set up. The first one is tomorrow at 4, I'm being told, at Greater Imani. But now lined up right where our cameras are, right in front of Mud Island Park parking garage. You see folks there in riot gear, tight shots there of folks in the riot gear as police officers and the protesters have now made their way safely off the bridge. I can report to you, Katina and Brandon, traffic is moving. Traffic is now moving. Can we get a shot of that as well right now? Traffic is now back moving on I-40 bridge. It's been shut down for several hours except for some intermittent flow of traffic that was happening from time to time. And we can see all those blue lights there on I-40 bridge as traffic is finally allowed to move across the bridge from Arkansas into the city of Memphis. All of the protesters have safely been removed from the bridge. This protest is officially over. They are now making their way down Front Street, still holding their signs, going down Front Street in downtown Memphis. I'm not quite sure if they're going to make their way to Beale Street or what's happening next, but a lot of them, like the other protesters I spoke to, are probably going home. This has been a very, very long day.
All right, Joe, what do you have for us? We know you're at FedEx Forum, where we know a lot of that congregation has come and gone over the evening. Who do you have now?
Well, Brandon, Katina, we are here on Street on BB King Boulevard. You can see behind me, you might be able to see some of the folks still coming down Beale Street. These are just some of the protesters who were just coming off the bridge here. And with me now is Richard Robinson. He says he was on the bridge. And Richard, what time did you get out there? How long were you out there for?
Man, we got out there around 5 o'clock, and we've been out there ever since. It's been a peaceful movement, but until the police started coming with the shields, I guess we had to leave, so we came down here on Beale.
How would you describe the atmosphere, what was going on out there?
It was beautiful, actually, to me, because we all came together as one without the dramatization. So we did good today, and I'm proud of everybody that came out tonight.
What made you stay out there for hours? I mean, it's past 10:30 here now.
Well, actually, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they walked for us to be where we are today.
To be free.
So,
and we still going through drama.
Say that again, and that's all that needs to be said.
That's what they want us to do, is kill each other off. But that ain't gonna happen. We gonna stick together as long as we black people. What you say?
Yes.
Say that again.
And now that everyone's kind of coming off the bridge.
Wait a minute. My interview, don't fuck me up.
What do you want to come from this?
I want to start coming together as one on a normally. Another thing, we need to vote. We need to vote this year, and we need to be together. All of this police killing each other and this black on black crime, it needs to stop today. It has stopped. I'm gonna shoot for president. Vote for me, Richard Robinson.
Yes. Thank you for your time. Brandon, Katina, again, all these folks just coming off the bridge here, wrapping up today's Black Lives Matter rally. As soon as we get any more information or updates, we'll be sure to pass that along to you. For now, reporting live in downtown Memphis, Mary Jo Ola, Local 24 News.
Mary Jo, how many people are behind you that have come off that bridge?
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter!
Sorry. You say that again, Katina?
Mary Jo can't hear you, but there are the people that were coming off the bridge, and you hear them yelling, Black Lives Matter, and holding that sign. A bit of a mixed group right there. But again, Local 24's Mary Jo Ola with people that just came off the bridge. Mary Jo, thank you so much.
Part of our reporting this evening, we just had Kelly Cook with us for quite a long time, spoke with many people that were involved. One of the leaders of this, Cornelius Rogers, talked about how it kind of came to an end, where he was asked by the Memphis Police Department, Interim Director Mike Rawlings, to kind of speak to some of the people there and try to cool, whatever tension was there and whatever fears were there, and to put an end to this protest that had blocked traffic on I-40 for about 4 hours, starting at about 6:15 all the way up through about 10:30. That's how long traffic was blocked there on I-40 over the Mississippi River. He described it as a success. He told Kelly Cook this was a success, but it's just the start of a conversation, and as part of the deal that was made. He said that they wanted a meeting. They wanted to have an open forum with the police department, with the city. The people that were a part of this protest, they want an open forum with city leaders, and they will meet. Black Lives Matter leaders will meet tomorrow at 4 p.m. at Greater Amani Church to continue the conversation that began tonight.
I'm not quite sure we heard what group Devontae Hill was actually with, the organizer of the group.
That's a good point.
So I'm wondering, and we're going to try to work on that to find out exactly what group he was with. I did hear that someone called him a minister. So Devontae Hill is the guy that's saying that he organized this whole thing and this whole protest. Listen, Director Rawlings talked to our Mary Jo Ola earlier in the evening. Let's hear what he had to say.
Well, we've had a number of protests. We just want the protests to be peaceful. You can't always anticipate exactly what's going to happen. You just react to it and try to show restraint. And let young people know we're going to listen to them, and we're going to try to resolve this.
It sounds like everything was peaceful. All the officers are okay.
So far, it's peaceful, and I want it to stay that way. Okay. All right. I got some other business to too. I didn't talk to y'all for about an hour. So if y'all give me a break, I appreciate it.
Just one more thing. Looking back there, it looked like everyone surrounding you, whether they're part of the rally or not, were praying with you. What's the message that you want to tell the folks in Memphis tonight?
Peace. So I'm going to spread the message of Dr. Martin Luther King of peace. I'm going to spread the message of what Jesus has put in my heart, peace. Peace and understanding, forgiveness, where we can come together and have these discussions.
There you have it, the interim police director, Mike Rawlings, calling for one thing, peace. He said what Jesus has put in his heart and what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. himself preached, peace. The mayor, Mayor Jim Strickland, he sent in a statement, and we also talked to him live on the phone.
Memphis is part of a larger national conversation about race in America and how many of our citizens feel disenfranchised and they're not treated equally. As Director Rawlings and I said Friday, we will be part of the conversation that's respectful of all sides to try to move us forward. Part of that conversation, though, has to be that we encourage people to exercise their constitutional right to protest, but they have to do it in a legal way. And blocking a street, especially the bridge for interstate travel, is not acceptable, and it's illegal.
There you have it, Mayor Jim Strickland giving his thoughts on the peaceful protest.
And that's also a part of what happened at the end of that, where they were talking about that this is illegal, and that was maybe one of the things that was discussed with the protesters on the bridge. Again, no arrests were made in this. There were no arrests. There was no violence, no physical altercations between protesters and police. It ended peacefully, and right now, as it stands, traffic by Interstate I-40 over the Mississippi River open in both directions.
This is a Local 24 breaking news alert.
I'm John Paul. We're breaking into regular programming here as we stay on top of a developing story in Whitehaven. Police, they make several arrests near Graceland on Elvis Presley Boulevard. Local 24's Brad Broders is there for us live. Brad, a tense situation out there. Catch us up.
Yeah, good afternoon, John. We are in right in front of the brick wall in front of Graceland right now. I'm going to take a step out of the side and show you what's going on right now. These about 24 protesters at noon, they moved from Piccadilly's Deli down to the steps of Graceland. At that point, about a dozen people blocked, they sat down, they blocked all 4 lanes, northbound and southbound of Elvis Presley Boulevard, right in front of Graceland. There, at that point, police we saw take 3 to 5 people into custody. We believe 3, at least 3. I saw, I think 5, 4 or 3, 4, or 5 right now. There's the Operation Blue Crush van that's right off to on the other end. Police right now are on Elvis Presley. Other officers are on standby right now. Now, those 3 people that were taken into custody, they were handcuffed and they were detained. We're waiting to see if they have been officially arrested, if they officially face any charges. Also, after one of the incidents happened, to my knowledge, I saw 2 or 3 people being arrested. There was another individual. He was very upset. He started yelling at police officers. He was upset with them. At that point, that person was handcuffed and that person was taken into custody. Literally a fluid situation. As you see, we're going to keep kind of walking over this direction. These 24 groups, this group of 24 protesters continue to gather right here. As you can see, Amanda's speaking with Memphis police officers right now. Again, this started, there was 2 different groups at Piccadilly's parking lot. One was there for a prayer service, and then the separate group broke off and they started marching onto Elvis Presley Boulevard. That's the situation right now. We're gonna kind of move over here and take a listen.
Okay.
Y'all ain't gonna let us speak and let our voices be heard, but that's what y'all promised us. We don't got a problem with Director Rollins. We don't got no problem with the police department. We got a problem with the crooked officers that's racism and that's, doing police brutality out here. That's what we got a problem with.
Devontae Hill laid out a very specific 4-point plan of things that he thinks would help change the issues between the community and police. Do you agree with those 4 points?
Yes, I agree with them 4 points. We want Director Rollins or Mike Williams for director.
Are the goals here today the same as they were Sunday, and what the demonstration wants to accomplish today? The goal is the same.
Yeah, the goal is the same. We're still at the same thing. It's not going to change.
What do you hope this event today, Monday's meeting, Sunday, what effect do you think it's had to make Memphis better?
See, look at the killings. How many killings have we had? We've had about, what, one a day, 2 a day? It ain't been that many killings. It ain't been 10, 8, 5 killings. People starting to get together. Once we unite, we're strong. Once the city unite, we're strong. Once we got to build relationships amongst each other. You don't know how many different people got different religions out here in this crowd, or different gang members or whatever, but we all came together one thing. That don't matter to us. It don't matter what you represent or what you believe, you know what I'm saying, because all of us represent each other. We all come as one.
What is the message that you want to send to city leaders today with this protest?
We're not a joke. We're a force to be reckoned with. When we come together, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gotta step up to us. Y'all gotta really come. We don't want no setup with the with what y'all just did. We don't need that. That was a joke to us. Y'all didn't even let us speak. Y'all told us to pass cards out. Y'all been passing cards out for the last 2 years. Every town meeting I come to, y'all tell the citizens to write on the card, and y'all gonna get back with them. Why is these abandoned houses still in our neighborhoods? For kids to get raped or something? Come on, man, we trying to build our city. We ain't gonna tear our city down.
All right, John, so that's a little recap. I just want to recap a couple comments because this group is about to move on again. One of the recaps is that this isn't about the city. This isn't about the police department as a whole. This is about crooked officers and them trying to change the culture of some crooked officers which exist within any department across the country. And they say this is going to be the norm. They are not going to go away anytime soon with these demonstrations, these gatherings, these protests. They talked about one of the positives out of this is there's been no official homicides in the last 2 days here in the city of Memphis. Obviously, we're dealing with nearly 120 so far in 2016, which if this pace holds, would set an all-time record for homicides within a year in the city of Memphis. So we're going to take a step over here. I'm going to carry our mobile unit. John, we're going to continue to follow these individuals. Now they are again going over Elvis Presley Boulevard. We will see if they will cross entirely, or we will see if there will be more arrests.